Hello, 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 and thank you so much for joining me today on the Community Ledger. Again, my name is Andrea Banu. Today, we are jumping into the topic of the Black church being done with the Democratic Party. Now, you know you down bad when the Black church don't want to be associated with you no more. I mean, I didn't even think I'd be able to even say that in public, but truth be told, it's happening. Okay, the whole time Kamala was running, I said, you know what, this is really crazy. I'm seeing the Black church and Black pastors really speak out against this Democratic Party. Something is really going on. And lo and behold, it's articles galore. You got pastors that's like, listen, even though Kamala ain't won, we still don't want no parts of it. So I'm gonna go into it now because I think it is a sight to see. Okay. So go ahead and relax, go ahead and get comfortable, and let's start the show. Hello again, and thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you can get new content every time I upload. First and foremost, I have to get into this pastor here. The pastor I'm about to play, I love him. Listen, now, let me go ahead and put his picture up before I even play it because I don't want to play it yet. Okay, so let me get in here. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me just get in here right. Okay, perfect. So this pastor here, Pastor Wooden, I think it's Patrick Wooden, he spoke out during Kamala's campaign. He said that he was visited by Secret Service. Okay. And the Secret Service told him that they didn't like the message that he was giving to his parishioners. They didn't like the message that he was giving to the Black community about not voting for Kamala. And they told him, okay, that if he did not take his video down, speaking ill against Kamala Harris, that they were going to start digging through his financials. They were going to remove his religious exemptions, his religious tax exemptions, and cause a whole lot of problems. And he told it. He got on the internet and he told the pressure that he was getting from Secret Service because he was telling people, don't you vote for that woman. And they said, we don't like that. We got a problem with that. Now, listen now, is that a democracy? Now, is that the democracy the Democrats are always touting and talking about and trying to claim that they are so in favor of? That don't sound like democracy to me. That sounds like some Gestapo shit. Okay. But nonetheless, I want you to hear this man drag the Democratic Party. Even now that the election is over, he's still trying to let people know, listen, we're going to have to walk away from this. We're going to have to walk away from this party. Let's get into it. What the hell? God damn it. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, let's play.
In a place where the only way you can be Black and stand with your people is to be a Democrat. Now, if that's where we are, we're the dumbest people on the face of the planet. And we're the only people in America who operate that way. You can be white and be a Republican or a Democrat. Hispanic and be a Republican or a Democrat. Praise the Lord. Whatever, and be a Republican or a Democrat. But if you're Black,
if you're Black,
the only way you can be an authentic Black person is to be a Democrat. That's stupid. And you know what it means? It means that explains why we spend half the time, or maybe even more, out of power.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a cult. And I have not heard that word used outside of just a couple days ago. I don't even know how I said that. The first time I heard somebody use that was what's her name? Lindy Lee, the one who does all of the campaigning for the Democratic Party. She was just on an interview the other day and she said, when I walked away from the Democratic cult, and I was like, girl, you speaking truth. This is a cult. This is starting to feel like a damn cult. Okay, anytime somebody walks away from the Democratic Party, they got to be dragged. You got to be harassed. You got to be exiled. What? This is madness. Where they do that at? How is it that this is a political party and all of a sudden, if you Black and you don't vote Democrat no more, something wrong with you? That's what I mean. The times we are living in is crazy.
I've said for years, we need to operate politically, and I want to make this clear, in a way where both parties will compete for our vote. When one party knows that they're going to get your vote no matter what, you get nothing from that party. When another party knows that they're not going to get your vote no matter what, you get nothing from that party. So then you end up in no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
We are not married to the Democrat Party.
No, sir.
People have a right to choose. And if you choose to be a Democrat, if you choose to be a Republican, if you choose to be independent, as I am, that doesn't make you more Black nor less Black. It means you're an American participating in the process.
Right.
And God is on our side. Now, if we want to talk about whose side God is on, it's the Democrats who are pushing same-sex marriage. It's the Democrats who are pushing letting children get mutilated. Little 8-year-old boys getting turned into girls. It's the Democrats who are 100% in their platform behind abortion and abortion rights up till the time of birth. If we start talking about whose side God is on, you got to dismiss most of the scripture to be a Democrat. Well, there are other things. What other things?
Right.
What's more important than life? Trump ain't no good. Yeah, but he signed an executive order to protect Christians.
He ain't that. Okay.
He's no good, but the polls show that Christianity now has leveled off and is going back on the rise again since he's been in office. You just got to do your homework. Now you start talking about whose side God is on. No, the question not whose side God is on. The question is the question Moses asked. Who's on the Lord's side?
Facts. Like, what is happening here? Like, I think when they decided to push hard on this ideology, this agenda that they're on, this LGBTQ, this transgender, this children's transgender in the schools, the ideology, the boys and girls sports, just the crazy abortions all the way up to birth and just madness. The abortion and the vasectomy ban outside of the DNC craziness. Folks is like, what the hell is going on? And truth be told, Black people, the Black community as a whole, is traditionally conservative. Okay, we got our issues, but traditionally we're conservative. So when you bring all this other craziness, it's like, hold on, wait a minute now. And I knew something was up. Okay. I mean, I started this channel during this election season, but when I saw these pastors come out and speak against the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris specifically, I said, wait a minute now. This ain't normal. Something going on here. Wait a minute. Because if any group of people are more in the pockets of the Democratic Party, it is the Black church. So when the Black church starts saying enough is enough, we can't stand for this. If you don't take heed, you crazy. I'm going to read this article. Because it is talking specifically about, where in the heck is it? This Democratic Party and the Black church. It says, have the Democrats lost the Black church? One of the most important components of the Democratic coalition is the Black church. Like I just said, if anybody is more in the pockets of the Democratic Party, it's the Black church. And this article just said the same thing. Damn. One of the most important components of the Democratic coalition is the Black church. Joe Biden has appeared at a number of prominent Black Protestant churches over the last several years, including a recent visit to Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. This congregation is one of the most well-known Black churches in the United States and is tragically remembered as the site where Dylann Roof killed 9 people after a Bible study in June of 2015. But I have to wonder if there are not cracks beginning to form in the alliance between the Democratic Party and the Black Protestant Christianity. I have written about this a little bit before, but I felt like it needed a second look. What drove that is a recent piece in Good Authority, a website that is full of content written by political scientists. The title tells the story of the article. America is less polarized by race, but more polarized about race. That's a theme that also showed up in Perry Bacon's column in the Washington Post back in October. More people of color are voting Republican. That's not all bad news. The same conclusion is bubbling up now. Voters of color should not be taken for granted by the Democratic Party. But I wanted to put a religious angle on this. Here's a hypothesis that was rolling around in my head. Religiously active Black Protestants have never really been that comfortable, but with where the Democratic Party is headed on certain cultural issues like abortion. And this may actually result in some shifts in voting patterns in the future. So I narrowed my sample to just folks who are Black and Protestant and attend religious services at least once a week. What you see below is the mean political and ideological position of this group over the last several election cycles. So this article is just going into depth, and it talks about the statistics in regards to how a lot of people that go to church, specifically Black folks who go to church on a regular basis, are not in support of abortion. But truth be told, they are not in support of the LGBTQ plus agenda. And they are most not certainly not in favor of the mutilation of children. So it is a lot that the Democratic Party is standing for right now in this moment that is really going to have them in a bad space. Just like Bill Maher said. And Bill Maher is not religious. And Bill Maher is typically in the pockets of Democrats with a lot of issues. But he said, listen, if y'all gonna die on this hill, y'all gonna continue to lose. And it is interesting to watch because I'm watching these people. And it's obvious that they just don't even give a damn. Like they know that what they're pushing is not resonating with the masses, but they don't even care. They're not even changing course. And so that's why I have to just continue to say that the values that they speak about is actually an agenda. Okay. They are going to stay focused on a particular agenda. And in my assessment, it is to destroy America. Okay, destroy America with a mass influx of migrants, destroy the youth with this transgender ideology, destroy education, destroy the medical system, destroy the food source, send all tax-paying dollars all over the world and to all of these NGOs and all these billionaires and multimillionaires and politicians line their pockets with it. Their goal is to destroy America. You can't convince me of nothing else. You cannot convince me of anything else. If you've been in this game this long, Democrats I'm talking about, and you done got your ass whooped by the Republicans like you just did, and now Trump has been in office for a little over 30 days and he has done the amount of work that he has done and you still ain't came up with nothing to counter it, something's going on. Something's wrong with your setup. Something diabolical is going on here. And it's not good. It's not good. And so many people are feeling it. So many people felt it with Kamala as a candidate. All of these black churches are turning their backs. Something crazy is going on with the Democratic Party. And you don't have not one figurehead that can come out and say, okay, wait. I know that we pushed this hard, but we're going to start to kind of bring that back and reevaluate some things and put some things on the table so that we can, win again. They ain't saying none of that. They holding up signs during the president's speech, talking about Elon Musk is a thief. And when he's honoring, the daughters of these, honoring the mothers who have lost their daughters, like Jocelyn Nungaray and Laken Riley, they're on their phones. I mean, how can you be so cold? How can you be so callous just because Trump is speaking? That just completely ignore these families over here who have lost loved ones. That's what the Democratic Party has become. You saw the mess, the debacle with Zelensky. They mad because Trump don't want to continue this war. Where in God's name have you ever heard the Democratic Party, who claim they are anti-war, actually be pissed because this man wants to end it? They're pro-war, pro-abortion, pro-LGBTQ, pro the mutilation of children, pro biological men whooping the asses of little girls in sports, like pro sending millions and millions of dollars to proxy wars and NGOs and who knows wherever else, pro all that. What the hell are you doing? And then you pull out Jasmine Crockett, who comes out here, and now she on her sister girl, she on her hood girl tour. She the ratchet congresswoman that's supposed to, I guess she's supposed to like resonate with us. She's supposed to galvanize the black voters by acting a damn fool and cursing. And you see her the other day, she had a drink, took a drink, boo, give it to the assistant. Boo. Like, where they do that at? As a congresswoman, as an elected official. What in the hell is going? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I feel like this is a one long ass episode of the Twilight Zone. And so, listen, if you're a Democrat, you need to open your eyes. You need to open your eyes and evaluate some things, because y'all party is on something else. Okay. And the writing is on the wall. You're going to have a tough time getting things back in order. And if the black church don't want nothing to do with you, you down bad. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I think black people need to walk away from it. I think black people, and I don't even think, I know now these next elections, specifically this next presidential election, it's going to be serious, because now we have already let it be known that we ain't voting unless we getting something. So I don't know what the Democratic Party is going to have to come up with to get black people to get back in that line and vote for them. It is going to be a sight to see, and I am here for it. So please excuse my husband yelling in the background at our dog that's barking. But nonetheless, if you enjoy this commentary, please do like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, this is the Community Legend. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and watch the next video by clicking right here.